over it. I'm over it. Good afternoon, guys. So, have I got one for us today? Oh, have I got one for us today? So, we've been having all these people tell us how we're terrible for talking about taking Greenland back from the Danish. Now, those of you who know your history probably know that the Danish have quite the sordid history. And Dutch traders, or the Danish, were some of the most prolific slavers of all time. And it's not their only sin, but that is just one of many of their sins. Not saying that we aren't culpable in sins ourselves, but I want that put out there because it'll kind of make sense as to why they still are practicing this all the way up to today, I believe. So this video is about the policy of the Danish government to give the citizens of Greenland parental competency tests. Okay? And if you fail a parental competency test, they take your child. All right? Now, I have not done a whole lot of research on what all the parental competency test entails or what avenues of recourse that people have if one does fail the parental competency test. I just heard about this morning. So I'm bringing this to you fresh. This will be my first take on it. I don't know what all we're going to see. I don't know if this is going to even support my theory of what I've been told about it. I'm bringing this to you. This is, like I said, this is fresh for me. This will be fresh for you. This is a video review of the Greenlandic families in Denmark fighting to get their children back. Let's watch, shall we?
Om fortiden. Den handler også om vores nutid, og den handler om vores fremtid.
Okay, I'm gonna back it up.
Og derfor handler den undskyldning.
I apologize that I give today is not just about the past. The apology I give today. It's also about our present and about our future. Okay.
An apology from the Danish Prime Minister for historic injustices committed in Greenland, its former colony. But there's another issue that's affecting Greenlandic people right now.
Zamini was taken from me 2 hours after I gave birth to her.
Parenting competency tests, which contributed...
Okay. I'm going to have to stop right here. Did anything about that woman give you bad parent vibes? I'm going to back it up, actually. Let's back it up this 10 seconds. I'm going to pause it with her on the screen. Okay? It's a picture she has of her child in the womb. Does this look like a unfit parent? Does that house look like it's an unfit parent's house? Does this look like somebody who should not be allowed to have their fucking child? Pardon me, guys. I'm getting upset. I get upset when people do stuff to other people's children. I get upset when people think that it is okay to steal people's children or to kill people's children. I have quite the issue with it. 2 hours. Does this woman look like she is incapable? We'll continue.
Parenting competency tests, which contributed to hundreds of Greenlandic children being taken from their families.
The
Sorry, I was trying to pause it on that picture of all the children.
Hundreds of Greenlandic children being
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It's just here. It's just on these 2 pieces of cardboard. I'm guessing that that's not the only children that were taken. It says hundreds. Greenland only has 57,000 people. Taking 100 of them from 57,000 people is 100. Makes it almost 200 per 100,000 people of children taken. And they said hundreds. One of the other places I heard thousands. So in 1946, when we gave this back to Denmark, there was 20,000 people there. They've barely grown by 40,000 people in 80 years. And it sounds like it's because the kids keep getting kidnapped. It's pretty hard to grow a country if the children of said country keep getting relocated to other countries. Might be pretty hard to keep the population up, huh?
taken from their families.
The way these tests are used is a scandal.
In May, the tests were outlawed for use on Greenlanders.
Hold on. In May, they were outlawed for use on Greenlanders. I'm going to back us up because if you remember what we just witnessed, Swala, I want to say her name was, said that this happened to her, I want to say, in September.
Its former colony. But there's another issue that's affecting Greenlandic people right now. Parenting Competency
didn't
Tests,
say when it happened.
which contributed to hundreds of Greenlandic children being taken from their families.
The way these tests are used is a scandal.
In May, the tests were outlawed for use on Greenlanders. Now, the Danish government says they're going to review hundreds of cases. Some parents are getting their children returned.
Some parents are getting their children returned. How sweet that some parents are getting their children returned to them. My question is, how many? What percentage of parents are you allowing to have their children back? How sweet of you, after you've stolen someone's children, to come back and be like, well, I guess you are capable enough. If God didn't think the person was capable, he wouldn't have allowed them to have the child. I'm not saying that everyone that has children is a good parent, but what I am saying is they're all capable of being good parents. It's hard not to love something that came from you.
But others have been told that for them, it's too late.
I never.
Oh, look at that dad holding his baby right there. Now I want you to imagine that you're one of them. That you are sitting at your house holding your child, and the government comes in and says, no. Take this competency test. I can't imagine the hurt that these families are feeling. And what do they mean it's too late? Well, we've already stolen your children and given them to someone else, and they already have a good life. So you can't have them back. The pain, the sadness, and honestly, the weakness of the Greenlandic people. I'm not trying to be rude or mean, but I highly doubt you could pull that program off in America. In fact, I am almost positive that you could not pull that program off in America. Because even in cases where children are taken from their parents in America, there's a lot of police involvement, if you understand what I'm saying. Generally, because parents don't generally, in the United States, willingly give up their children. For some reason, parents seem to have an issue with somebody coming in and dictating how to raise their children, with all right to the parents. It's pretty hard to do that to an armed society, to come in and just steal their children, isn't it? But when you have them weakened and disarmed, it's pretty easy. You guys don't need guns on this island. What are you going to use them for? You can't even hunt here, hardly.
To see his first steps, first word.
And even for those whose children are returning, the impact can be devastating.
Are you afraid of losing your daughter again?
Every day.
Are more families going to be reunited?
I know that I can be a good mother. I don't believe that woman should have ever had to say those words. I don't believe there's a reason to take a child from somebody who has not abused it. I don't believe there's a reason to take a child from somebody who has not shown themselves to be a clear and present danger to that child. How dare you? And then to say to us, he'll fight us. And the slavers will cry out. Injustice.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build
Sorry
a fully
about the
working
commercial,
app
guys.
without knowing how to code.
I don't know if anybody's
This
joined
is
in
Base
yet.
44. This is the first look at the current industry-leading AI app
Nope,
builder.
nobody yet.
You wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition apps,
Oh, crap. Oh, no. Freezing up. Crap. There we go. Got it. Better make sure that I'm actually public, because they've been making it so that my stuff. Alright, yeah, it's showing that I'm on public. Anybody that sees this and wants to share it, I would appreciate it.
Står vi her sammen, fordi det er sorgens dag. I har mistet mange af jeres børn. I har mistet mange af
Plus,
jeres
many of our children,
børnebørn.
many of your
In the
grandchildren.
capital, Copenhagen, people have come from many different parts of the country. They say their children were unfairly taken from them and are demanding justice.
315 dage, 44 uger, 44 buketter.
The decisions to remove children were partly based on so-called parenting competency tests, cognitive and psychological.
Okay. And we're about to get into the nuts and bolts of how this goes down. And it already just said cognitive and psychological assessments. Well, cognitive is fairly subjective. So, is a fisherman less smart than a banker? Maybe about money. I bet the fisherman knows more about fishing than the banker. Is a mechanic dumber than a doctor? Well, about medical stuff, probably. About surgery, definitely. About medicines, most likely. But I bet that surgeon can't fix the car that the mechanic can fix. You see what I'm saying? Competency and cognitive are two different things. Cognitive abilities. What does that have to do with parenting? How smart somebody is. I'm sure people out here I'm sure there are people out here, and I'm not trying to talk bad about anyone's parents. I'm sure there are people out here who have parents who are not very intelligent, who have turned into very good people. You know, the house is full of love. What does how intelligent the family is matter? Not everybody has got the same IQ level. And that is very, very racist to say that you can determine whether or not this group of people is smart enough to take care for their children.
Assessments used to determine whether someone is fit to care for their child.
Og en dag, så dumper der jo så en sag forbi mit bord,
One day, a case landed on my desk where the parents were from a Greenlandic background.
hvor der er nogle forældre, der har en grønlandsk baggrund. Og det, der jo springer i øjnene,
What struck
det
me
er,
in
der
this
har været
case was that there was no interpreter for them. So how do you even know what they're saying? Well, they're too dumb to know Danish, to know Dutch. They're too ignorant to know English. They're not smart enough for a child.
manglende tolkning i den her sag. Der har været en masse fordomme.
There's a lot of prejudice. And when I talk to the parents,
Og når jeg sådan snakker med forældrene, så kan de ikke genkende.
they didn't recognize how they were represented.
Kunne jeg ligesom konstatere,
I
der var
felt that
ting,
there
der var
were
helt
some
galt i de
things
her
that
sager.
were going
These
very
tests
wrong.
are still being used across the country for Danish people, but in May 2025, they were banned for Greenlanders after evidence showed they are inappropriate for their culture.
Hold on. So they're still kidnapping the Danish kids. Well, I mean, they've agreed to it. How foolish we are. How truly foolish we are.
A new specialist unit has been set up and is expected to review around 300 cases where Greenlandic children were removed from their parents' care. Kira's is one of them.
I made a promise when she was born that I will bring her flowers every week. In that way, she is with me. 친구친맛 미싱이시마봉아 순나다 마빈미다 악체서.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, I don't know that I want to watch this part. Oh, I think this is where they're taking their kid.
딴 놈마 이다 더고서. 순나다 맘메 오늘 또 시싱하메. 싸움이면 없닝아마.
This is how I'd learn AI in 2026 if I wanted a fresh start at 50. Watch this.
So,
Excuse me.
조치미 강의 엄마다. 매강와 징어나가.
Why?
Zami is required for Kira's children to be taken against.
Whoa. Whew. Kira, under the American government, that will never happen. Under the American government, I promise you we will get your children back. I hope people see this and share this. The evil that has been done to these people by the Danish needs rectified. These people need representation from someone who can protect them. Someone who will provide for them. We have the means and the resources to do this. You are both strategically, and resourcefully. Your people will want for nothing. And your children will be returned. The evil to steal all 3 of this woman's children. How dare you? I think abortion is evil, but I do not know that it is if it is more evil than this.
Will. She says initial contact with social workers started with a knock on the door by the police. Documents from the council
I
cite
apologize for the cough,
concerns
guys.
that her eldest daughter was struggling with language development. This led to assessments and tests on Kira.
What were these parenting competency tests like? What kind of questions did they ask you?
They asked a question like, who is Mother Teresa? Some of the tests I had to play with a doll. And they were criticizing me for not having eyes contact.
These kinds of questions are part of a far-reaching assessment designed to evaluate intellectual and personal capability to meet a child's needs. They can cover general knowledge, logic,
Who came up with
memory,
these
and
tests?
emotional understanding. Parents would normally be required to take these tests after extensive contact with social services.
It takes a lot to decide to remove a child. So we will use these tests when we are not making the progresses with the family, and we want to understand why.
Abering akit so na uwangat estini imartan Mrs. Sortisonotlunga akiva.
Well, you have to take these tests because you don't want to listen to us. Your children aren't following the rules that we set in front of them. They don't want to learn Dutch. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, Greenlanders, I don't think there's a single American that cares if you ever learn English. I don't think we give a crap, honestly. You guys can be U.S. territory for as long as you want and speak your language. We don't force the Hawaiians to not speak. I don't even want to attempt it. But we do not stop them from speaking. I think it's Maori is the language that they speak, but I that could be a different island over there. We do not stop the Puerto Ricans from speaking Spanish. Okay? We do not stop the people of Guam speaking whatever it is that they speak over there. We haven't stopped the Japanese from speaking Japanese. We didn't stop the Philippines from speaking Filipino. People can say a lot about America. We didn't stop the Inuits from speaking Inuit. If you in it. You know what I mean? So what I'm getting at is, yes, will you be subjugated underneath the United States? Yep. Terrible, I know. However, with it comes a lot of perks. And with it comes the return of your children. I guarantee if Trump sees this, the Dutch are in trouble. The one thing Trump really likes is children and protecting children. That's why when he found out about the 380-some thousand children that went missing under the Biden administration, one of his top priorities is to recover them, which is why we've gotten over 145,000 of them recovered in 1 year. There isn't even 145,000 of you guys. We can get them all back in a couple days. Wouldn't you want that? Don't you want that? I hope the people of Greenland watch this. I hope you do. I pray for the unity with the Greenlandic people. We worked with you once when we were controlling the island in the 40s, and you guys appreciated us. A lot of your houses come out of the Sears Roebuck catalog. America first is Greenland first. Because you've always been part of America. We've wanted to institute you as one of our states for over 150 years. Abraham Lincoln is one of the first ones to attempt to buy Greenland. When in all honesty, we should have just taken you because there was like 2,000 of you at the time. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, like, what would have the Dutch done? Nothing. Just like they won't be able to do nothing now. Did a video on that. Don't even come for me, Danish. Don't even you come for me, you weak Dutch. With your 117 ships altogether. With your 18,000 man standing army. Shut the front door and sign the paperwork. And give these children back. Don't make us come looking for the children. That would be unwise. This is getting me so dang upset. Look at that beautiful picture of her with her daughter. 2 hours. 2 hours. You spent 9 months creating this person. You get 2 hours with her before they take her. Oh, if that doesn't make a person want to be violent. Just thinking of that. Because you weren't smart enough. Not because you were a bad parent. You weren't smart enough to teach your child how to be a good person. Because you're stupid. You dumb Greenlander. The audacity of them to say that to you guys. When for thousands of years you guys have been able to live there. Doesn't sound so dumb to me. Sounds pretty strong and resilient and wise. To see if I could be a part of civilization. Or to see if I could act like a human being. You're not.
Kira's
You're not,
assessments
obviously,
concluded
right?
that trauma during her upbringing affects her parenting, preventing her from meeting her children's needs. She says that on multiple occasions, she was pressured by psychologists and social workers to have abortions.
When I was on the test, FQO test, psychologist asked me a question. Why do you keep this baby? And my test is that I'm not responsible enough. I didn't take my responsibility for getting abortion. I fight for Sammy.
Oh. Any American out there still saying not to stand with Trump on Greenland needs to watch this. Any American out there stating that, oh, it's the people's will. No, it isn't. It's the elite Danish in the country. Because over 10% of the people that live on Denmark are the Dutch. It's the elites in the country that are trying to stop us from taking it. It has nothing to do with the Greenlandic people. Over 10,000 of them live in poverty. There's only 60,000 people on this country, as you call it. State, more like it. Province. City. With a $10 billion a year fishing industry. Yet, 10,000 people live in poverty. Divide 10 billion by 57,000 people. I'll let you do the math. I'll give you a second. $174,000. I know. Per person. And that's not including their minerals. That's not including their ports, the access to the sea that they have. That's not including the oil and natural gas. It's not including any of that. And yet, 1/5 of your population is impoverished. And you want to judge us. I need the American people to watch this. Do you not want her to have her 3 children back? Do you not believe that she deserves the chance to raise the children that she birthed? And if so, you're no better than the Europeans. And I'm getting fed up with my European brothers and sisters. I'm getting very fed up with your lack of accountability, your lack of respect, and your lack of gratitude for what we have given you, which has been a very easy life for the last 80 years. Denmark specifically. Oh, I have to try to find that paperwork. I've got a letter from your king to my grandfather. Thank you for him fighting for your freedom. You want to run your mouth to America. I think that's disrespectful to my grandfather and to the tens of thousands of Americans who got your country back for you. Right? Yeah, because you guys got bull rushed by the Germans. You weren't much of a fight, were it? I think 3 days you guys stood for your rights. You guys probably didn't mind living under the Nazis, though, did you? Fit right in with your ideology. Sorry, I'm about to go hard in the paint against you guys if you don't stop your stuff against us. I'm trying to keep my cool here. It's really difficult when you see people doing evil. And then people defending what they're doing. You won't even put the investment into the country to protect it. 1% of what you were supposed to spend in 2019, what you agreed to spend in 2019. That's what you spent, right? 1%, $2 million out of the $200 million that you're supposed to. Got you what, a dog sled? 2 dog sleds now? And a little tugboat, a little tuggity tug. What are you guys thinking?
To get the point.
Atera is the IT painkiller. Remote monitoring and management, remote access, help desk and ticketing.
The relationship between Greenland and Denmark is steeped in centuries of colonial rule. After World War II, Denmark launched a campaign to modernize its colony, aiming to bring it more in line with Danish cultural norms.
They were aiming to renew housing. They were aiming to provide better health services, improve the school system.
Who funded that?
Education.
Who funded that? Stop.
Overwhelmed by
Stop. Who funded that rebuilding? Because it wasn't the Danish who just got stomped out during a war. It wasn't. It wasn't the Danish. It's American money that funded that. Due to the Cold War, we put 15 bases up there and built their entire infrastructure for them.
Policies and felt that the Danish
Did a video on that.
cultural norms were dominating and that their lives were changing significantly without them participating fully in this development. When you intervene into a family and remove a child, this is always based on some ideas about cultural norms.
For years, campaigners have raised concerns.
I mean, it's in the name,
children are taken
isn't
from
it?
Greenland
FKU
parents.
tests.
Tina,
Norms.
I mean, I don't know, but it sounds like the Fuku tests.
for years, campaigners have raised concerns about the way children are taken from Greenland
Or the FU
parents.
tests.
Tina co-founded Sila 360, an NGO challenging the system.
The way these tests are used is a scandal. And it's shocking and it's dehumanizing. The Danish authorities think that the Greenlandic people are uncivilized, they are less smart, and actually that they are just less privileged.
Kira is preparing to go and see Zami in a visitation center.
Racism
as
in
she
its
does
finest
every
form.
week. But today, her other children are joining her.
This is Zoe. She is my eldest daughter. She was forcibly removed when she was 9 years old. She returned to me when she turned 18.
When I was taken from my mom, they raised my identity, my Greenlandic language. I counted every second till I finally turned 18 so I can come home to my mom. To get Sami back, it will mean the world to me. I can be a good role model.
It's almost like she is saying that because she was raised by them in their ways that she can take the role of mom. Doesn't it sound like that? Doesn't it sound like the daughter's offering to be able to take the role of mom so that they can get her sister back?
Gusto nanggittuliarpingitisimavunga uanga assorio. Uanga narungidaka kinaallunga. Uanga narungidaka anaanaalluarsinnaallunga.
The Hirtschalts.
While Kira waits, hoping for answers, not every case is under review. Some have been
Of course not.
permanently closed. Back in 2010, Johanne was assessed in a parenting competency test. She did not have an interpreter, even though Danish is her second language. The assessment found her to have mental retardation. But the local council told us she did not need an interpreter and that her children faced physical and psychological neglect.
So the Europeans back home can virtue signal. Oh, I have a minority child I adopted from Greenland. Their parent was a retard. When in reality, you didn't even give her an interpreter. You did not. And what about her husband? Huh? Does he not have to take the test? So it's just about the mom, huh? Think about that. Oh, man. Must be very hard to be a already defeated people
neglect because of Johanna's alleged mental health issues, including periods of depression and anxiety. Her 2 children were taken from her. Then, 9 years later, Johanna became pregnant again.
We have another picture when he was 1 day old.
Wow, is that you?
Yeah.
That is me
That is the father
and son.
and son. Нартулерама нуаннаарпу. Пиллуамисарторуссуугут укиоққортусереерлута илимагингиккалуаратсиунартулиссаллута.
That happiness was short-lived. 8 months into her pregnancy, Johanna learned that she and her husband would face the parenting competency tests once again. The assessments described Johanna as childish and narcissistic. Ulrich, it said, was self-centered and lacking empathy. The conclusion, they could...
Okay, first of all, I think I am probably guilty of all of the above. At some days, at some times, I think most of the people that watch this probably agree that some days we are all self-centered, some days we are kind of all a little bit narcissistic or have a little bit of those traits. You know what I mean? Like, what? And we can all be lazy. Let's be honest. How many hours does everybody watch TV a year? Well, you were lazy. That's the reasons. These are the reasons. He's self-centered. So no children for you. What are they trying to create? Nazi children? Super children? Like, seriously. Like, is this the Hitler Youth? Oh, you don't perfectly fit our perfect ideological line.
not meet the needs of their child. They felt the outcome was predetermined.
Nurrivik saismaanlarit kasuttortarpaa yuannaa eqqaamayuk meravisiangortinissa siunertaraq.
One of the tests Johanna and Ulrich and many of the families we spoke to had to take is the Rorschach test. Developed in the 1920s, it analyzes personality traits based on how people interpret abstract ink blots.
Ассигиимарлук ааппалутторталиқеққани уа аллатуисиингиннакку арнакалаалеқ пилаттоқ пуисими.
Hey guys, did you know some drivers are ditching their car insurance and they're doing this instead? Now the reason why you may...
This is going to be crazy. So, I think I have to back it up. I didn't read this, guys. I apologize. Maybe I should turn off the caption. There we go. So they're doing the Rorschach
test. Developed in the 1920s, it analyzes personality traits based on how people interpret abstract ink blots.
First of all, Rorschachs are ridiculous and stupid. And it should never be being used to determine whether or not somebody deserves to have a child. So what blots you put in front of my face and how I view that, how my brain sees that, determines who I am? Come on, man. Is that all we are as people? There were two identical stains with some red in the middle. I saw a Greenlandic woman cutting a seal. So I answered smiling. It's a Greenlandic woman cutting a seal. They're removing the intestine. Psychologist expresses immediately changed. And they said, are you serious? You're such a barbarian. Oh my gosh. How is that barbaric? She's seeing an activity that she has done Probably dozens of times. And what's the issue with preparing meat for the family, for the tribe, for everybody? What is the problem with that? There's beauty in that. But they're less than.
In traditional Greenlandic culture, where many people hunt for their livelihood, seeing blood from a young age is normal. But in Denmark, the same response in a psychological test could be seen as a cause for concern. But child removals don't just happen because of these tests. In Denmark, they are part of a much wider process, one that disproportionately affects Greenlandic people. They are estimated to be proportionally nearly 6 times more likely to have their children taken than the general population. Some point to the fact that in Greenland there are high levels of alcoholism and child abuse, but critics argue these issues can fuel prejudice in child removal decisions in Denmark.
I think the whole assessment is problematic because the testing is just one part of the assessment. We have gone through so many cases, it's the same assumptions about alcoholism, about them being neglected as children, about them being sexually assaulted as children, and you can find it in all the cases.
Johanne and Ulrich were told that their child would be removed from their care and permanently adopted.
Very stressful and led me giving birth 1 month prematurely. She didn't want to give birth. Monsters do this to people. It's a struggle when you're about to be a mother. But you're not. When your body is in pain. Excited, but also afraid.
Their son was taken from them a few weeks after birth.
For what?
At first, they were allowed occasional visits, but in 2020, he was adopted, and they haven't seen him since. Their case was closed and will not be reviewed by the government.
This is the last time we were together in one picture, in August 2020. I haven't seen him after.
What rich family got that child?
Get to see his first steps, first word, his first tooth.
Somebody wanted one.
His first school
and
day.
got them and had the money to make it go away.
We put Johanne and Ulrich's case to Denmark's social affairs minister,
6 times more likely.
who's leading the government review of child
There's only like 30,000
Well,
Greenlanders
as a
total.
mother myself, I completely understand why it's heartbreaking. It's just a very thorough process, and it's actually a process that is a lot more than this parents' competence test. Our court system decided that this child should be adopted by another family without consent from their biological parents because they thought that they were never going to be able to take care of this child. We cannot undo this. We cannot undo adoptions.
You say it's heartbreaking, but you do have the power to do something about it.
We cannot go back and look into the cases again. Those cases are closed because the child is now living with another family. We have to look at the child and what is good for them.
I have heart failure. I was diagnosed 12 years ago. At the time, I had...
Some long-separated families are beginning to reunite outside the official government review process. When her relationship with the father of her children broke down, Pilunguak turned to the council for support. she agreed her 3 children could be placed into temporary care. But instead of being able to bring them home when she felt ready, she was asked to take parenting competency tests. The assessment said she had a pattern of entering dysfunctional relationships. Then, a few months ago, Pilunguak's youngest daughter was returned to her after more than...
Okay. So the woman tends to get into bad relationships. Does that make her a bad mother? It's up for debate. Does it mean she shouldn't have her children? I don't think that is up for debate. You know, is this a cautionary tale about who you sleep with? Maybe partially.
4 years apart.
I'm crying a lot, but at the same time, I'm laughing. Oh my God, she's going home. Oh my God, she's going home. Oh.
But after so much time living apart, rebuilding their relationship is proving complicated.
It was hard to begin again, be a mom. I feel like I didn't know about my youngest child. I don't know what she loves to do. I do not know what time she goes to bed. It was hard to find each other again. And one day she asked me, "Are you my mom?" "Yes, you are my daughter." "But mom, you look like a Greenlandic person." "Yes, I am, and you are a Greenlandic people." When I go to the bathroom, she can have a kind of panic attack. "Mom, where are you going? Mom, where are you going? I couldn't find you, I couldn't find you." And she is very scared of losing me.
Are you scared that your daughter could be taken away again?
Every day. They can take her in 1 hour. They can do that again.
Do any of these people seem like they're unable to raise these children? They live in nice houses.
2 older children remain in foster care, and she's fighting to get them back. They regularly visit her.
They said to me they want to see that I can be a good mom to my youngest, and then after, if I be a good mom, then the 2 oldest will come home.
So it's like they're testing you right now?
Yeah.
Pilunguak's case is not yet being looked at by the official review. We wanted to find out whether other cases are being re-examined.
It's been 6 months since a government review began, and so far only 10 cases where a parenting competency test was used have been reviewed. Why is progress so slow?
Well, I know that it sounds slow, but I think that it is also, we are getting started, and I suspect that in the next coming months, they will review.
Well, the rich families have already paid for these children, and we can't take them back. The racism of low expectations. Oh, you're a minority. You can't do this. You're not smart enough. You couldn't go get an ID on your own. You can't raise children. Wouldn't it be better if you just aborted them? Or gave them up for adoption to some rich person?
Review even more cases. Every time you have to review a case,
And 10 cases, 6 months. You have 5 million people. How many people do you have that's job is to take these children? Probably 1,000. And they can't review but 10 cases in 6 months?
We have to get all the paperwork also
To make
from
them
the
look like a
municipalities.
racist.
We need the municipalities to speed up.
Out of those 10 cases, only one was found to contain mistakes. As of today, the government review has not led to a single Greenlandic child being returned to their family.
I can't recognize those numbers, I must say.
Those numbers come from the units that you've set up to review the cases. So they come from a government agency that you're in charge of.
I'm not satisfied that we have only reviewed 10 cases at the moment. We want to make sure that we look into every placement where this test was used to place a child with Greenlandic background. It is a work in progress, yes.
Chair's arm's coming off.
The local council
Need to use some glue
involved
on
in
it.
Johanna and Ulrich's 2019 assessment told us that the child welfare assessment indicated significant concern regarding the parents' overall parenting abilities, lifestyle and functional level in daily life. In Kira's case, the local council told us they can't comment on individual families, but said generally employees would never pressure parents to have an abortion, but only offer advice and guidance. They added that a decision to place a child in care happens when there is serious concern about the child's health, development, and well-being.
Did the child come out on drugs?
In Pilungwak's
Then it's
case,
fine.
The local council involved declined to comment.
Child comes out addicted to something. Okay, take the kid.
There may be some hope.
Parent
for
gets
Johanna
back
and
better.
Ulrich.
It gives the
Their
parent a
lawyer
shot,
wants
maybe.
to bring their case to the European
not,
Court of Human Rights.
Coming
Og
out
det er
drugged
først, når
up.
man sådan har udtømt alle de nationale
It's only
muligheder,
when
at
all
vi kan
the
få den videre til
European Court
menneskerettighedsdomstolen.
of
Kommer sagen jo
Rights.
til at danne præcedens
Case is now going
og
to
få
set-
stor betydning i
take
forhold
on
til
great importance
vurderingen af
in
andre
relation to the
sager.
assessment of other
Det
cases.
giver nyt håb.
It
Jeg
offers
var
new
lige
hope.
at opgive helt.
They're about to give up
Men
completely.
det er rart at høre
It's
det
nice to
fra
hear
dig,
it from
at
you. That we're going to resume.
ja, vi kommer til at genoptage det. Og
You, just you, building your app.
And if you guys don't like me
On base 44.
reading the
Describe it.
subtitles in a future video, I will not do that. Just put it in the comments.
There are still no answers for Kira as to whether her daughter will be returned.
There's no way to win. I was never Danish enough. I was never good enough.
As Zami's first birthday approaches, Kira is determined to keep her Greenlandic heritage alive.
This is a Greenlandic slate. I'm making it by my memory. It's for my daughter, Sami. This is her birthday gift. Just a little bit part of her culture can be with her.
Johanna and Ulrich's future is also unclear.
It's offensive that our case is not being reevaluated, and it's painful. It's infuriating that our case has many errors and untruths.
Bliver behandlet som om vi ikke
We've been treated as if we aren't
har
human,
ikke rettighed
as
til
if
at
we
være
don't have
forældre.
any
Og vi
right
har
to be
blivet
parents. We've been screwed over
af
by the system.
systemet.
Do you think the government should apologize?
We will keep looking at our own practices in Denmark, but together with the Greenlandic government. But we also have to look ahead and not only look backwards.
So you don't think the government should apologize?
I think it's too early to say.
When Johanna and Ulrich's son was just a few days old, they baptized him, hoping that one day he would find them.
We did it on purpose. We needed to make a paper trail so he could find back to us.
Pilungwak's case is not included in the official government review, but she's just received an important update from her local council.
I just got my good news. We found out my two oldest children will be home for good for December. We are coming back to be a family again and having a
Christmas time together again after almost 5 years.
Sabi nga sa katama, nuking ka.
Doing my best, using all my strength, my soul, my energy, and my heart.
Inakita mo sa atoklong paningating
Try to get my daughter back.
In November, just after Zami's first birthday, Kira was told by the authorities that, at least for now, Zami will remain in foster care.
Well, thank the BBC. This was a great documentary. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Thank you, Rana, for being on here. I just came back over to check the chat out. Yes, and I did figure out that they had unlisted all of my videos that I was making. I've been doing videos every day, almost, 1 to 2 videos a day. And as of 3 days ago, all of them that I was making became unlisted. Yep. So I've got that fixed now. Yeah. Right whenever if you go back, I had some really good videos I made. Oh man, at least I feel like they were good. Content wise, I don't know how my presentation came off or any of that. But yeah, I figured that out. That's now taken care of. This though is crazy to me. So that's why they only have 57,000 people, because they were taking all the children and shipping them off to Denmark. I want to know the exact number. I'm going to try to figure out that. I'm actually going to do a quick Google search right here and see if I can find out the number of children taken by the Danish government from the Greenlanders and shipped to Denmark. The first thing that comes up is Denmark's Prime Minister on Wednesday delivered a face-to-face apology to 6 survivors of a 1950 social experiment in which 22 Greenlandic children were taken from their families and sent to Denmark society. That's all that they're going to talk about, is that? Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't want to talk about the whole rest of them. I'm looking. No. All right. I'll if I find the numbers, I will post it as a post on my YouTube account. I'm about to hop off on this one. There is a lot of other news going on, but I saw this and I really wanted to get it out there because I believe that people need to see this. People in Greenland, if you're watching, or if you do see this, I pray you come over to our side. The Danish have given you the right to choose where you go. Come to us. We'll get your children back. I think that's pretty clear. If you look at Donald Trump's first term, he rescued like 33,000 children out of sex trafficking. And in this term, in the last year, he's rescued 140-some thousand. So, pretty sure we can get your children back. God bless, guys. I'll be back on probably probably call 5 o'clock. I'll be back on. I'm going to see what I can't get scrounged up and make good video for you guys. All right. God bless.